Justin Nominee TV! Justin Nominee TV! Justin Nominee TV!
Yo, 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 welcome back to Justin Nominee TV, man. This is the School of Martians podcast, the only podcast that's out of this world. Today, we have a worldwide sensation in the building with us, a hip-hop artist who has streams all over the world, millions of streams, thousands of followers, and I'm glad he's in here with us today. I'm going to introduce him. This is my boy, Street the Villan.
Salute. What's good, man?
What's poppin', Street? How you been, bro?
Chilling, bro.
Same shit.
Yeah, you know.
Another day.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here, man.
Hell yeah.
2 feet on the ground. Couldn't feel better, man.
Couldn't wait to get you in here, bro.
For sure. I've
been telling Bogart for a minute. I'm like, man, there's this guy around here, and he's not just like someone I know. I'm related to the dude, and he does the same shit that I do, but at a high caliber level where he's on like some industry shit. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't wait to get you on here, bro.
Word, man. It's
like,
appreciated, man.
This is gonna be fun. We got Bogart in the building. Bogart, how are you, buddy?
Yo, I'm doing good. I turn off my mic. Yo, I'm doing good. Doing great, my friend.
Hell yeah. How's your weekend?
It was good. We finally got some nice weather. I mean,
hell yeah. Today is nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, my weekend was good.
Hell yeah. Street, what about you? What did you do this weekend?
Oh man, this weekend.
Probably made like 3 videos, an album, and a couple beats or something.
Actually, right before I got here, I was working on the last interludes and skits for this album that I'm getting ready to drop with producer Bo Fat Beats, man. It's called Diabolical. But yeah, I was just working on some skits, taking my walks like usual, man. Mm-hmm. Just regular shit.
I see your vlogs on YouTube every day and your little, you know what I mean? It's cool. Keeping up with the Villan.
Yeah, health is wealth, man. Trying to get right, get back in shape, make sure the physical good.
I'm in the same boat right now. I'm trying to like be a little bit more active and do stuff because I just be working and like when I get home or when I got any chance to sit down, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm just so busy we're all busy doing shit all the time. As soon as we get that little minute to like sit down, it's like, oh man, this feels great. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and do nothing.
Most definite, man.
Pass me the chips and dip.
Yeah, let me get a little schmizzo.
Yeah.
I'm chilling for a minute.
Get
but yeah, man,
going. Yes, sir.
It's nice
Smoke
outside.
weed every day.
Yes, sir.
We gotta get back active, man.
Yeah. And it's good too, man, because like me and him were talking about not too long ago is like people aren't outside, man. The only people that I see outside are people walking their dog. Yeah. And that's almost like, because I have to go walk my dog. You know what I mean?
I've been seeing a lot of kids out lately, man. Like
that's good.
Yeah, a lot of kids out, a lot of kids on bikes, man. So, that's been making me feel good, a little better about the future.
Yeah.
People getting back outside, man. We got to do that. That's what makes the world go round.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like the sun has a big impact on that. Like sunlight is everything, man. It puts shit in your body that you need. You know what I mean? It like makes people happy. And when I see kids outside, I'm like, yo, there's me like 20 years ago, but except I would have picked that stick up and beat that mailbox with it. You know what I'm saying?
For real, bro. No cap.
All right, let's get into it, man. So Street, man. Let's talk about your journey, man. Like, let's bring it way back to where it all began, and let's get to where we are now. I mean, so coming up in like the early 90s, right, is when you started kind of making music, starting to rap a little bit, or how that all come about?
It's probably
late 80s, maybe?
Started in late 80s, about 88, man. Like I was saying, I was on an interview with a couple of my guys last week, and started in 1988, man. and just really got inspired by I don't know. I was inspired by the mood of Martin Luther King Day or something,
Yeah.
And it just inspired me to write a rhyme about it.
Because in that era, that's like the golden era of hip hop too. Like the late 80s, early 90s when hip hop really became a big thing in the music industry, So you were like in like the golden era seeing like, whoever back then. I mean, I can't even probably name some of the people, but you can name some people probably. Like, who are you looking up to? Like, who did you hear when you were like, man, I wanna rap, or I wanna start writing, and I need to get to a studio. Like, how can I do that? Who was that guy for you?
Oh man.
Or group or band even.
It was actually a couple artists, man. There was Rakim. There was Big Daddy
Rakim
Kane.
nasty. Hell yeah.
Big Daddy Kane had the flow, but he also was real charismatic, man. And he even danced. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a whole nother thing, And back then, that's how you kind of got the chicks and all that. You had to have the smoothness and the charisma, So Big Daddy Kane, NWA, man, they were eye-opening for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Favorite.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite,
but
man.
Definitely were influences to me. LL Cool J, he basically had the same swagger as Big Daddy, except, he was more just strictly for the ladies, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You know what makes me mad is when people make a top 10 and LL Cool J's not in it.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Because to me, like, even my era, when I started listening to rap and getting into music, I always thought LL Cool J was like that guy.
Yeah, bro.
Like, not even because of like the movies and all the shit he started doing, just because back then, bro, he was like the GOAT. Like, he was like the Jay-Z of that era. He was making power moves. His albums were crazy.
Okay.
He had like the first like real good music videos. You know what I mean? So I just want to stop right there and say LL Cool J, man. Because when you said that, I'm like, bro, he's not. People don't bring him into the light as much as he needs to be.
Yeah, they don't, man.
LL's that boy.
They don't. LL's
that boy.
Is that boy, and he's still that boy, man. He's still that boy. He's still doing his shows, and you know what I mean. He's an icon, man.
He's got a little label and all that too, I think, right? Doesn't he have a label?
I don't know. He might.
I thought on like $1 million worth of Game, I thought I heard him on there with Gilly and them talking about how he's got a couple artists or something.
It's possible, man.
But I'm sure he does, because even like Waka Flocka has a label with artists. So absolutely. You know what I mean?
Shaq does.
Yeah, Shaq. Yeah, they $1 million worth of Game has their own shit now,
right,
but
absolutely.
It's just Gilly's daughter right now.
Yeah, I seen that.
What's her name? L.A. New York or whatever.
I'm not even sure.
Or no, New York, L.A. is her name. She's an artist.
But I did see that.
Yeah.
That they started up a label.
Yeah. I don't.
Wallow.
Yeah. Wallow's my guy.
That's for sure.
So, moving through the 80s and shit, all these people, you seen them, you saw their artistry and what they brought to the people's eyes. You know what I mean? Because hip hop was like just being born in that time not being born, but like being pushed where they were on a better platform. Like they were pushing hip hop now. Before, the only time you heard hip hop was like, on the radio, and you didn't even know who the person was.
No doubt.
Like I saw this video of, I don't know, I can't think of his name right now.
Didn't think of the group.
Anyways, he's a known rapper. For some reason, I can't think of his name right now, but I will, and it'll drive me crazy. But he said the first time he heard, he was on a train. Oh, KRS-One. KRS. He was on a train, broke, but he had music out, like hit music out, but he was still broke. He was riding the subway, the trains. Mm-hmm. He was on the train, and they were playing his song, and they were wilding out to it.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there like, damn, like, I'm embarrassed to even tell these people that it's me.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. And I was like, that's so crazy, because back then you didn't see these people. You know what I mean? You heard them, but you're like, man, what's this cat look like? Like, how would I know if I haven't seen him? And KRS is riding a bus or a train, whatever he was on, and his song's playing, and he's happy as hell. These people are like, they're feeling it and they're into it. And he's like, man, I want to tell these people that it's me, but they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing riding the bus?
That'd be crazy, though.
No,
You think
it'd be like that, though. Even around here. Like, I walked into Everson's one day. This kid was like, I got 2 slices. And the kid was like, yo, don't you rap? I'm like, maybe. I'm like, why? Like, I don't know. Here I am getting Everson's pizza. It's like, I don't know, man. Why? You know? And he's like, nah, bro, I seen you on YouTube and shit, bro. He's like, yo, you got some shit. And I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Good looks. And I was with my buddy, Sean, Big Smoke. And he was like, bro. And he just got back from Texas. So to him, it makes me look like, yo, Juice, you're really doing it out here. I'm like, bro, I'm just like, that was just random as hell. Like, but yeah, whatever. So, yeah, like, so through this era, like, when you were moving and you were trying to figure out how to make, so wait, how did you make your first song? When you were moving through here and you've seen these rappers and you got inspired, how did you get to the studio for the first time? Like, what was your first time getting in the booth and just being able to make a song?
Funny story, man. I was a mischievous young guy,
Oh, yeah.
to say the least, right? So
Bogart was too.
So yeah, so you know, and this was back in the days, you know, where you got a whooping, man. Mm-hmm. So you know, you did something wrong and you got tore out the frame, bro.
Hell yeah.
So just so happened that I did something crazy, and it wasn't like it was the first time I got a whooping, but this just sparked something in me to write something about the whole situation.
That's fire.
So I had a karaoke machine, man, and that was my way of expressing my raps, was through I record to other people's beats on my karaoke machine, and it came out like a track.
So explain how that worked. Did you have a tape and a tape on both sides?
Yes.
So you had a tape
Dual.
So you had the instrumental tape on one side and then a blank tape on the other?
Yep.
All right. Just
and
for the people that have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
These machines.
You press record on the one and you press play on the other. And while you'll be recording on there and it'll be playing your track there, you got the microphone and you're good to go.
Yep.
And that's how I recorded my first track. And then that turned into it being played for somebody, and then the guy actually paid for me to go to the actual studio to record it in a real studio. So that was pretty crazy, man. I ended up going out to LA and laying down this track, and it was called Positive's the Way to Go, you know, and positive's the way to go.
That's fire.
You know, crazy story. I actually was telling this story too to my guys. But yeah, man, so that was my first experience out in the studio, was recording that song, and I was out there for 24 hours recording that one track.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So at least you already had a little bit of a, you know, because you were at home making music on the machine and stuff, so you were comfortable with doing that. Was it a little different when you got to the studio and now there's people? There's like, you know, because this is what happened to me. I used to just freestyle all the time by myself, or to like my 2 or 3 good homies that, you know, that I was blazing with. Because no matter what I say, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever. But then when you get in a group of people, or you're in a studio for the first time and there's people there that you don't know, or you might say something that they don't agree with. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be like on your best behavior almost when you're in someone else's studio.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to just do your song and get out. And,
right. On your PC shit.
But sometimes it's not like that, because you're in someone else's studio and it kind of brings in different environment, different thought process, different, even the way you project your voice a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because when you're in your own home studio by yourself, you let loose because it's just you in there. And then you get in a group of people and you're like, I don't know if I should hit this note right now. You know what I'm saying? So at least you already had a little bit of, you know, like I don't know, you know, you were already rapping. So when you got to the studio, how did that play out though? Like when you got there, so you said you recorded for 24 hours. Was that because you really wanted the song to be produced exactly the way you heard it, or was it just because you're just doing take after take after take?
Nah, I was just a kid, man. So I just did what they told me to do.
Yeah.
Like when I got up there in the it was crazy. I get up there, bro, and they put me in this booth, and I give them the words that I wrote.
Yep.
And they're right here on the screen for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading off of the screen.
That's sick.
Yeah, man. Like the experience was crazy, bro. And I was I think I was like 12 at the time, bro.
So like for having lyrics come across the screen, is that like a big deal back then?
Yes, absolutely. This wasn't the time of cell phones. I was 12 years old, so this was 1992, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have this. We didn't have this setup that we got now.
Because I'm trying to think what they even used. Like, how did they have it hooked up to where you could see the lyrics? Like, you just gave them your lyrics, and
there was some teleprompter type thing, man. It looked just like your cell phone, where when you're texting somebody or like you do your notes.
Yeah,
it looked just like that, bro.
That's fucking awesome, dude. That's sick. That's pretty sick. So you recorded for 24 hours. Did the song come out the way that you wanted to come out, and you brought it back home and showed everybody? How'd that go?
Yeah, the song came out amazing, man. But I didn't even get to show anyone the song.
Yeah.
Because after I was a kid, like I said, so when I got back to Oceanside, I went to this place called the Family Fun Center over in Vista.
This is California?
Yeah, this is California. So I went to this place called Family Fun Center over in Vista because my aunt lived over there, and I was going to go to her house afterwards and show her the song.
Yeah.
So I got in these go-karts, was having all this fun, got over to my aunt's, and I'm feeling for the tape.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, oh, no, I lost the tape.
No shit.
So my instinct was to run back to the Family Fun Center and go try to check the go-karts. Went back, checked every go-kart, bro.
Damn.
Could not find the tape anywhere.
Yo.
So crazy thing, right? Is I'm like, okay, so it'll be cool. The dude has to have another version of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's got to have it recorded.
Like he has to have it somewhere. He just gave me a copy of it. It's on a cassette tape, nonetheless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, he's got to have another copy of it. You know? So long story short, we called him up to see if he had a copy of the track, and there was an earthquake or something, and the track was gone.
No shit.
So there was like no trace of the track whatsoever anymore.
So you never got the track back?
No.
So you recorded it and you never got it back?
Never got it back.
Damn. But it's dope that you had that experience in a studio like that, especially you're 12, you said? 10, 12? That's crazy. See, I'm not going to lie. When I started making music and I was really trying to go to a studio, because back then, bro, we had like the little, USB mic. It was like a, it kind of look. It was like a thing that came up.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It had it was little. It was tiny.
Yeah. It looked like a. I don't even know.
It looked like the part that you connect the mic into.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. So I remember, like, I was so sick of that, and I was using like Windows Media Player and just all these free softwares. Just like I was using the sound recorder on the Microsoft window to record,
right?
But I was playing everything in the background, and then I had to rap over it, so I couldn't hear me on the beat. I don't even know what it sounded like until I hit stop, and I felt like I did an okay job, and then I play it back, and I'd be like, yeah, it sounds like shit, but I'm gonna put it out anyways because who gives a fuck? Like, who cares?
I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get my stuff out, man. No doubt.
And like when I first started going to studios, people kind of took me as like a joke because I went to the studio in Geneva. My boy, who was my age around that time, he rapped. He's like, bro, you gotta come to the studio. And I kind of went there, And it was a hood spot, bro. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a spot that like a little skater kid like me, you know, back then how I dressed and how I looked. People are like, this guy's about to come in here and rap. Nah, bro, take your friend and get lost. And that's kind of how it came off at first.
Right.
And my boy was like, nah, bro, he can spit for real. Like for real.
He's got bars.
And so they lit a blunt and were smoking and they were playing beats that they made. I don't even remember who the producer was. Can't remember his name. This is like 2004, maybe. And yeah, he played like a whole bunch of beats and I started freestyling. And the one dude was like, yo, put him on the mic, bro. Do you hear him? And this was a dude across the room. And he was just like looking at me, you know? He's like, yo, put this kid on the mic. And for some reason, they were just being mad weird about it. Like, yeah, I don't know about all this. But then they ended up letting me go in there. And I'm freestyling. No writtens, no nothing. I'm on like some Drought 3 Lil Wayne shit right now. Just
It's going in.
And these beats I never heard before either. You know, he's playing beats and I'm just rapping. And man, like it felt good because when I left that spot, they're like, yo, man, you can come back anytime, man. Yo, you got some shit, bro. You got to write that shit down though. And you know, and I was like, man, I wasn't even in the process of actually like writing music yet. Like I wrote a couple of things. I was like 12, 13, but then after that, it just felt good to just play like Jay-Z instrumentals or Eminem instrumentals and just freestyle over them and just see, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
So, yeah, man, your first time in the studio is always like for what we do, it's like the one thing you remember.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I done so much shit with music since then, and a lot of shit I forget. Songs, places I've been, people I've done songs with, but that first studio session, I remember like it was yesterday.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so I'm fucking glad to have you on here, dude. It's been, I mean, if you're watching right now, this dude is literally the best artist, personally to me, in upstate New York. Dude's got, how many albums you got? 30, 40?
It's probably uncountable now, man. Crazy.
It's like
crazy material.
It's
crazy
like a ridiculous amount. Like no joke. Like even if you follow him on Spotify and you're already a fan, like you know when you go to his Spotify and hit shuffle, you're gonna hear everything from every time zone, every time era. Like this shit, like he's in different time zones. He's a Southern rapper, he's a West Coast rapper, he's trapping, he's got that East Coast hip hop. He's just everything that you want to listen to in one. And not a lot of artists can do that, man. I salute you, bro.
That's dope, man. You didn't call me old school, man. I like that.
Nah, I can't call. Nah, I'm old school too now, bro. I don't want to say
everybody talks
I'm
that.
old,
everybody puts that '90s rapper staple on
you know,
me, man.
You know what though, bro? Is like I used to be that guy when I was like 23, 24. Like, oh man, that's old school shit. I don't want to listen to that. But now I feel like I'm up there in age too, man. I'm right behind you. So I feel like if I say old school, I'm dissing me too at the same time. Not really dissing, but it's like, oh, did I just say old school? Like, man, am I really getting to that age right now where the old school thing is cringy? So, you know, I don't like to say old school, but nah, you're literally like every type of rap around the country just blended in one, man. Like all your albums, when I listen to them, there's never two alike songs. You know what I mean? It goes from a storytelling track to you're swagging out and you're partying, or you're trapping, or you're low riding in a cruiser. You know what I mean? Like you just make every song you make is just totally different. And that's why your albums, I think, to me, are just so good. Because a lot of albums that you listen to, I'm sure you're like, you know, first couple of songs, you're like, yeah, I don't know how much more of this I could listen to. You know what I mean?
True. No cap.
And yours, I'm gonna listen to your whole album anyways. You know what I mean? Because you're my fan. But at the same time, when I think about it, I can't listen to even these industry artists' albums all the way through and being like, yo, that was because a lot of them are the same, or a lot of it is just too, like, you know, that high pitched, like whiny voice that everyone's doing now. Yeah. There's only
same tone.
I could take a couple of those songs, but if you're gonna give me two of those in a row on an album, you gotta smash this next one and make me regret not hitting skip. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I feel like the way that you make albums and the way that you create, like, which also, like, what's your creative process like? Like when you're in the album when you're in the album, when you're in album mode, when you're in the studio, what's your like creative process? Like walk me through a Street the Villan studio session. Do you got words already, or you got a beat first?
I don't have words. I don't have words. I've recently stopped writing, so I don't have the words premeditated or anything like that. Somebody sends me a beat. I listen to the beat initially, and I see what type of vibe I'm gonna go with. It's either the beat's gonna tell me to tell it a story, the beat's gonna tell me to swag out on it, beat's gonna tell me to be hype on it, it's gonna tell me, I just kind of let the beat take me to where the beat's taking me to.
I like that.
It's more of just trying to connect with the producer's idea behind the beat,
right,
and not my own. So so once I'm done listening to the beat, and I don't try not to listen to it too much because I don't want to drown it out. So I set the beat to the side maybe for 30 minutes, something like that, smoke real quick, throw the headphones back on, sit there, listen for a minute, see where my first line gonna go. Once I know where the first line's gonna go, the rest of the song just kind of falls into place. Because I'm so prone anyway when I write to just stick to the subject that my mind's just gonna do that anyway. Yeah. So I don't have to really worry about writing a crazy bar. It's just gonna come to me anyway. Yeah. It's like second nature now. Now it's, rapping to me is like walking and talking. Yeah. So
yeah, same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
So I just go in there with the vibe, and usually when I send it to the producer, they end up loving it. You know what I'm saying? So I always get good reaction back from it, and people say that it's the dopest stuff that I've done to date. So I'm gonna just stick with going with the vibe, man. That's really my process. Go with the vibe.
That's the thing about like hip hop music too, is like the beat talks to you as an artist. I mean, like you listen to the beat. I mean, if you're like a high caliber artist, a songwriter, let's say, songwriters, when they hear a beat, they already hear a melody, or they hear harmonies, or they hear words that are spoken to them through the beat. Like just like the drops and like the way that the chorus is set up, you hear it and you're like, and you're like, that's what it is, but what are the words? Right. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're really good at that too, because some of the beats that I listen to that you rap on and stuff, I'm like, man, what's he gonna do here? And then it just blows me out of the water how you come out with this flow and then that flow. It's incredible, man.
I'm a Pisces, man, so just
Pisces
go with
in
the
the
flow,
building.
man.
All right,
just go with the flow,
Pisces up in here.
Go with the flow, bro.
So like, all right, so your studio sessions. What do you so when you're like making an album, right? Are you like projecting the album towards like a digital age, or to like also be able to perform? Because a lot of music that you make nowadays, I'm not saying anybody, it's like you can tell they made that song to perform. A lot of hit songs are made to perform. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So when you're making a song, are you like, am I gonna make, so I don't know, it's kind of hard because like we said, you just act off of how the beat talks, but when you're making an album where it's gonna be a complete album, top to bottom, are you making songs to perform, or are you making whatever feels right?
Like I said, man, I just kind of go with the flow. Yeah. You can, like, as an artist, you think of, when you perform, you're gonna want crowd participation.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
that's always in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is all right. This connects to me, of course.
Yeah.
But is it gonna connect to the next person?
Right.
You know, just the average person, not even a hip hop person,
Yeah.
just the average person.
Yeah.
Is this gonna connect with
Yeah.
them? When you say this, do you think it'll resonate?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just like I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that all depends on what style beat it is.
Right.
Because if it's a fun beat, you know, with we'll say horns and you know it's got live instruments type shit, you know, then you're just gonna have to find your way into that beat. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because you don't want the beat to overshadow you, and you don't want to overshadow the beat. So
Yeah.
you want to find a good medium, and you know, and that's with the entire album. So if I set the album at a pace where say I'm doing something like new like today.
Yeah.
So if it's at that da 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 da, so I'm gonna try to make the album consistent with that
Right.
flow.
Right.
Because
Right.
if you throw off the flow of that, then that'll throw your audience off as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That's just stuff you learn over time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Eminem learned that on Relapse.
yeah, you just got to keep that
You know?
stuff in mind, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Eminem definitely learned that on Relapse when he did that, you know, when he did the voice.
Yeah, the voices.
And he just had that like that voice, and he was saying some crazy shit too. Like
Yeah, but sonically,
Yeah.
it kills you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, so but man, you've made so many good songs, dude. Like I just saw you drop a music video to Apple Pie. Street the Villain, Apple Pie, look that video up, man.
sir, on YouTube.
This song, man, that he just made a video for, it's an older one. I remember back in the day, man, me and the homies would smoke and just listen to that over and like we know every word. Like when I just heard it the other day when I was telling you, I rapped every word to it. like it never left my brain. I haven't heard that in a while. You emailed it to me a while ago. I got it on my computer. But it's, you know, I just rapped every word to it, but it had a visual to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is dope. You know what I mean? That was sick, dude.
Well, I like
It makes me
you know,
pumped.
I like to do that with the older songs too, you know?
Yeah.
Because like the people always say, you know, what's old to you is new to a new audience.
Exactly.
So, you know,
Exactly.
it's a weed song, man.
Yeah.
I don't know too many people that don't smoke, so, you know.
Yeah, especially nowadays. I feel like since the legalization, man, it's just everybody smokes. Even people that didn't smoke before jumped on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, marijuana's not that bad. Cool, you know."
Right. Now they making cooking shows with it.
Yeah, cooking shows. You can fucking buy it at any fucking corner store around here now. You know, it's just more accepted, which we've been waiting for that, man, for a long time.
Absolutely.
For a long time, you know. So, but let's talk about also you were the artist of the year, right? You were nominated and won artist of the year at the Rock Awards in 2022.
Yes, sir. It's Lafayette Cafe Hip Hop Awards. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What were some of the albums? Because I'm trying to think 2022, man. I listened to you more than you know, so I'm thinking 2022. That could be anything. But what were some of the projects and some of the songs that had you up in the running up for that award? If you even know, you probably can't even tell either. But if you can, that'd be dope. Because I was trying to think, man. I was trying to go back, you know, before we sat down and figure that out. But I was like, man, I don't even know because you're a dropper. You know what I mean? You drop every week.
I think it was just a run at that time, and at that time I was just
You were just killing shit.
yeah, just on some. But to me, it's not like any other time. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that. I don't think you're ever not killing shit.
Yeah,
To be honest, you're a dropper, bro. Every time I check my phone, you got a new single out or a new mixtape or an album or a video.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
I mean, weekly. You know what I mean? So, but I was trying to think, man. You probably were killing shit in 2022. still the world was just getting better from all the shit that we dealt with in 2020, you know?
Yeah, we was probably just getting off of COVID and all that. So
Yeah. So you were probably just, it was probably some crazy shit where around that time too, we weren't doing shows anymore. All the venues shut down. So all we really had was like, was just, studio and social media. But that was a good era. I'm not gonna lie. 2020 to like 2023, like last year, really brought it. It taught me so many things internet wise. You know what I mean? Because what are we doing? We're all home. They won't, mask, no work, check in the mail. You know what I mean? So what were we to do except read and learn and watch? You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch so many podcasts and so many shows, and so I mean, you could look anything up on YouTube and learn something.
Yeah, definitely soaked up a lot of knowledge.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I feel like that's how this all came about right now. You know what I mean? Like where we're sitting right now, like all the shit that I've been looking through and reading about and researching, it all just brought me to right here. Yes, this podcast.
Culminated to here, man.
Yeah. So yeah, 2022, man, you were the Artist of the Year at the Rochester Awards. That's fire. What was that accomplishment like for you?
It was at that time. It was huge for me. I ain't gonna sit here and cap. Like
I told everyone, bro.
At that time, it was was huge, man. And I was sitting at my house, and my wife went to sleep, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay up. Because I'm just going to see who won or not. Yeah. I didn't even think I was going to win, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
who were some of the other people?
Black Sinatra was a nominee. Mike, what's his name? Oh, man, come on. Don't do that. That's my boy. Mike Johnson Jr., bro. Mike Johnson Jr. was one of the nominees. I can't think of any other nominees that there were, but there were. I think Serious Times might have been one.
Okay.
Who else? I think there was 5 of us.
I think I was in there. No, I'm just kidding.
Juice Moolah. Yeah, but yeah, that was super dope, man, because when my wife had went to sleep and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just stay up and watch the rest of this and see who actually won.
See what happens.
You know what I'm saying? And it was dope because Blast Blicker was announcing it, and he was like,
Shout out Blast Blicker.
Shout out my guy Blick. That's my dude.
Hell yeah.
So Blick was announcing it, and he was like, all right, here we go. Time to announce the Artist of the Year. And I'm just sitting there, just chilling. I'm like, yeah, it ain't gonna be me.
Just chilling, sitting back.
I'm like, nah, it's not gonna be me, man.
Yeah.
But he goes, Street the Villain, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
you're like, wait, what?
Huh?
What'd he say?
And I could tell, like, the guys in the room, too, were kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
Street?
Yeah.
And he was like, shout out my dude Street. He couldn't be here to accept the award, so I'm accepted on his behalf.
That's dope.
And I was like, damn, I just won.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't be crazy about it or nothing. Wifey's sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, I won, son.
You go out to the fridge and grab a beer and hit the nay real quick.
Yeah,
and,
smoke the little bowl.
Hell yeah.
To my accomplishments. But yeah,
that's
man,
dope,
that was dope though. That was definitely dope, man.
Definitely a well-deserved.
Yeah, shout out to Cello.
Too. Hell yeah, man. I just remember when you posted that award online for a minute, because you're always making such dope artwork and shit. For a minute, I thought it was like something you made for like a mixtape or album or something. And then I seen other people posting, yo, congrats Street the Villain for Artist of the Year. And I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, but like to me, it was like, see, if I was watching that and if I don't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know about it probably. But if I was watching that, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna be knocking on doors if they don't say Street to Villan. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure my peeps were, you know, everybody who was watching was probably saying the same thing, man.
Well deserved, man, for sure.
Yeah, then I actually dropped a dope freestyle about it too, so that was dope.
Nah, dude, it's definitely well deserved. Like, it's one of the things that I always think about. I'm like, man, Street was fucking Artist of the Year, man. In
a place that I'm not even from.
Yeah.
Know?
A place you're not even from and a place full of great rappers.
Absolutely.
Rochester's got a lot of fucking talent, man.
Absolutely.
So, you know, subtract all the crazy shit that's going on. There's a lot of talent in Rochester, man.
Absolutely.
You know? And for you to be able to, you know, be in California and Syracuse and then out this way and you're just the artist, you know what I mean? That's dope, man. It's so dope. It's like, you know, not everyone can do shit like that, you know? And you got it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no doubt.
Like, you're one of those people when fucking someone brings up hip hop, like, I'm like, yo, check out my boy, because there's something in there for you in his catalog. Either
Absolutely.
this album or
Something
Shuffle.
for everybody.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's always something for everybody. And you always had a good, like, charisma with it. You know what I mean? Like, you always have, like, different characters and different voices and different, you know what I mean?
Vocal tones.
Which helps music. And I think that's why I'm attracted to Kendrick Lamar's music so much, because he does, you know, he breaks into those little voices and, like, those little, you know, like almost like he's got, like, a second, or like he's, like
an alter ego.
Yeah, where it's like he's got the angel and the devil on his shoulder and he's going back and forth.
yeah.
Like, that shit's dope to me, because, and I never really heard anybody else really do that besides him in the industry. And I mean, you've been doing it forever, so I always thought, yo, Street is fucking crazy.
Know, there's Street, there's the Villan, there's Bobby, there's BK.
Yeah,
you know, so
it's just all these.
It's just a whole bunch of entities that
it's like your
clash.
It's like your eras of where you were at that time, who you were at that time, all in one.
Right. That's why even if you listen to the verses from then till now, like the verses, well, you almost, like, some people said, who's the guy on the second verse?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's me. You know, or they'll be like, yo, the first guy was dope, but who was the second guy? And I'll be like, yo, it was me, bro.
It was me, yeah.
And they're like, nah, that guy had a different voice. I'm like, bro, it's me. I know how to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I've trained myself to do it. And I've been from both coasts.
Yeah.
So
it's blended.
I got both accents.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, dude.
And I don't like boring ass music, man.
Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard to come across shit you can really get indulged in nowadays. For sure.
Only monotone joint, or let me not say that. The only monotone rapper that I like is 21 Savage, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just something about
21.
the way he bounces on the beat.
Yeah.
And he just keeps that same tone.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's super dope to me. But a lot of people that carry the same vocal tone, like, it's kind of hard to listen to.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about 21 Savage too is, like, he's got, like, such a unique way that he approaches the beat anyways. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, it's like, it's almost like he's talking on the beat, but he's got bars with it. You know what I mean? And he keeps that same thing, which, Dan, 21 Savage, you're right, though. I guess I never really thought about that he is probably one of the best monotone rappers.
Like, he keeps the same tone no matter what.
I guess I never really, dude, that's crazy. I fucks with 21, though, since he came out, man.
21's tough.
That's my guy,
He's
bro.
tough, bro.
Since fucking bank account and all that shit, bro, I was like, this dude is special, man.
I seen a performance he did, I think it was at the Hip Hop 50th. I think he performed at the Hip Hop 50th. And his performance was what really made me listen. My son always rocked 21.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
a
I'm
big
sure.
21 fan.
Yeah, yeah.
But I always was like, damn, man, how do you listen to that same tone, you know?
Yeah.
And then I listened to him and I was like, oh, he's saying some shit.
Yeah,
So,
he
you
does.
know, like, that's what made me get into it.
Yeah.
That's what makes me delve into a lot of the new music.
Yeah.
Is I had to sit and listen to what they saying first.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lyricist, so I'm always listening for like bars and shit. You know what I'm saying? I also watch a bunch of battle rap.
Right,
So
right.
bars is a thing to
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be critical and be like, oh man, ain't no bars in this shit. But sometimes a good song doesn't need bars.
Yeah.
It's just a good song.
Like, I feel like I've made like 100 songs with like really no punchlines or no bars, but it's just like the hook got them. You know what I mean? Like the hook is what I really wanted them to hear. You know what I mean?
Right.
So-
Because you was trying to catch them
Yeah,
with the hook.
yeah.
That's why they call it the hook, though.
What the hook gonna be? Uh-oh.
It's the hook. It's just like fishing.
That's how you get them in.
Yes, sir.
So speaking of that, we got some fucking bangers throughout the years, right?
Indeed.
We got some shit, bro.
Well, we got a lot of tracks.
We
bro.
got some shit, bro.
We got a lot of tracks. We probably got about 2 albums worth of tracks ourselves.
Yeah.
Just me and you.
Not even like freestyles either, though. We got
Tracks.
100 freestyles too that are songs though. They're songs. You know what I mean?
Got an EP out, Juice Street.
Yeah.
Available on all digital platforms.
Go get that. Go to Spotify, type in Juice Street. You can hear me and Street go back and forth on that. And that was a special album to me at that time, man. I think I was like 24 when we made that album. So you got to think, right? You're my age right now while we made that album, right? And I'm back then, you know me, man. I was in the streets, bro.
Indeed.
I was doing some shit. So for me to make, or for you to actually like want to do the album with me was so cool to me, man, because I've always looked up to you since I was a kid, a little kid, bro. I seen you rapping at parties and just everywhere you go around here, the store, someone's bumping your CD. You know what I mean? Whether it was D Train or like Third Strike, all that shit back in the day was like I'm like, how is this? He like
Battling with the crews and shit around here.
It's like, yo, I just saw him the other day and he's just around here. Like, I just thought that was so fucking dope back then. So when we made that album, it was special to me, bro, because I did it for my homies. You know what I mean? Like,
doubt.
because my homies were like, yo, man, you and Street got to do some shit. But this is like way back when they wanted me to do this when I was 9th, 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? Where like
super young gun still.
Where I'm like, man, I don't even know what time he's on, what he's got going on, what he's doing, if he even wants to do it, you know, because you were killing it back then. You were on everyone's CDs around here, and you had so much of your own stuff. I'm like, man, there's like someday I'm make an album with that dude. And I remember the first song we ever did actually recorded. It was what was it? If I took one breath, I could blow it, or whatever. That one was
I got the CD at the house. Man.
Yeah, I got that. I think it's on my SoundCloud or something like that. But that was the first song that we ever did.
I was on that Hot Wax, right?
Yep. And that was Broke Brain's beat. Shout out Broke Brain. He made that beat and he gave it to me. He was at the crib and he gave me some beats and I heard that beat and I put the hook on it. I'm like, yo, and I'm like, what's Street doing? And at this time, I didn't even know where you lived, anything. I mean, because we just kept in contact, you know, through social media, and we were sending shit back and forth, you know, through the instant messaging. We weren't like hanging out at this time.
Right.
And then you were like, yo, man, I'm out here. Pull up. And I pulled up with a laptop and a mic, and we set up, and we did that track, and I brought it back home. I listened to it like 100 times before I went to bed. Like literally, I was like, yo, I can't believe this song. Like, cause it just came out so dope. And you had your boy there, Lou, I think, right? Your boy Lou was there. And he kind of set the mood a little bit. He had me all flamed up. This dude
Lou was gangster.
He was cool as shit, bro. I never met him before. Gangsta Lou, right? Gangsta Lou was in the building, and man,
Shout out Lou.
He made that process for me like so easy. Cause I'm not gonna lie, when I came over, I'm like, yo, me and homie are close, but we never took it to this level. And I got downstairs, we're hanging out, me, you, and Lou, we're smoking, and he's just fucking he said a million things to me. He's like, man, like, look at those shoes, bro. Like he was going on and on because I had the craziest outfit on too, I think.
Yeah.
I was probably on like some Lil Wayne truck fit era shit. And like, it's like he was making fun of me, but he thought I had a good swag too. You know what I mean?
Yo, this kid swagged out.
And we were lit. We were smoking. We were lit. And we made that song, man. It was like, it felt like it was like some bucket list shit to check off. Like, song with Street, done. No, and now I can check off a bunch of shit. Video with Street, boom. Album with Street, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? We go way back to where it comes from. So, but yeah, man. Making the album with you was special, man. Like, for everyone. Like I said, the homies were like so pumped when we were putting it out. Like my boy Ty D, shout out him, bro. He was telling me all the time, bro, you and Street gotta kill some shit. And I'm like, bro, sometime we will. And he was wearing the t-shirts everywhere he went. Like, I feel like he bought a couple of t-shirts, and I was like, man, this dude must wash these shirts every day.
Bro,
I only see him in a Juice Street shirt.
You know what's crazy, bro, is you had the merch game on lock before anybody.
Hell yeah.
Before anybody, bro.
Hell yeah.
Because everybody was wearing those shirts. We didn't even have the album. The album wasn't even out yet.
Yeah.
It wasn't even out yet.
That was
crazy.
We didn't have cover art or anything. You know what I'm saying? It was just hashtag Juice Street with the parental advisory with the All Walks nominee on the back.
That was crazy. We had people amped for that, man.
It's crazy you said that because one of my, like, every time I talk to somebody that I haven't talked to in a while, like, I mean, from way back, they're like, I'm like, yeah, man, I do t-shirts and all that kind of shit, whatever. Like, I print them for people, whatever. And they're like, bro, you've always had that on lock, like the shirts and the hoodies and shit since way back. And I'm like, it makes me feel good because to me, like you say, with all the shit that you got going on, like, I've been doing this forever, so I don't really know what is what. And I've been doing this shit forever too, that like, when someone brings it up, I'm like, man, they're right. Like, I have been doing this a while. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I always, even in high school, like, I remember getting like the stencils. Like, I would make stencils in shop class with just whatever I wanted on there. And I'd go home and get some shirts and I'd spray paint them on there. And I'd wear the shirt to school the next day. I've always been like designing my own shit since way back then. And it's, yeah, man, always have merch on lock.
That's fire, man.
Speaking of that, merch link in description, Nominee brand, hit it up.
Go get that.
Got some good deals on there. 10% off everything for the whole month of June, actually. I think it's 10% now, but it'll go till June. I think I sent it till June, so 10% off on all Nominee wear. So go hit the Shopify link, shop. So speaking of that too, we're going, talking about websites and all this shit. You seem like you're definitely taking control of the digital age. You know what I mean? Which a lot of people don't understand the digital age of things, where you gotta have a website, you gotta have an artist page, you gotta have all of these things linked to find you. You want people to go to Google, type your name in, and it's you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And a lot of people, with their artist name that they choose or whatever, there's a couple other people that almost have the same name. So when you search that person, you're like, oh, I can't find it because I'm, flooded by so-and-so.
Right.
And the digital age of like streaming and videos and TikTok, it's like, we'd be dumb not to take control of that.
Right. It's the content era.
It's free. These apps are free. Like, why wouldn't I be on there all day fucking around, saying some funny shit, just with my following?
Right.
Like, my following knows what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? they know what I do.
Yeah,
but
you're not trying to get them to buy into
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
they already know what I got going on. But I like to show them what I got going on behind scenes.
Right.
Like, yo, like I'm outside at my crib right now. There's a fucking bald eagle in my backyard. Like, yo, look, like, you know what I mean? It's like people only see us when we're up on the internet. We release a video, they're like, man, that shit's sick. He's doing it. You know what I mean? He's got it going on. Or, yo, his new album is fire. Yo, you know what I mean? But behind the scenes, like, there's a lot of shit that I like to show because I live just like you do. Me and you are the same. You just like to work on cars and I like to make music.
Right.
But I want to show you too that we're equal, bro. I'm not way up here just because you see me with a little buzz here, or like this many likes, or like, you know what I mean? We're all the same people. So I like to show people that my life's not glamour and glitz either. I'm doing what I love to do, but also I want you to see when I'm down.
Right. We real people.
You know? Yeah, but the whole thing with the digital age, I see you taking super control of, like, you got the the street style Fridays, right?
No doubt.
Am I correct? Street style Fridays?
Yes, sir.
So street style Fridays, you release a little freestyle every week on TikTok and all that. I always watch
Instagram.
Instagram too. Check those out. Street style Fridays. If you link up with him, we'll put all his social media right here somewhere. When you link up with him, man, check out his Friday freestyle. Every Friday, man, he drops something and it's dope. It's always a 6:16 that you could just sit there and start the weekend with, you know? And then you got like this ego too, where you're like the guy with the afro and you're doing all the old school shit. I love when you're in that impersonation,
Triple
bro.
OG.
That shit makes me so I love when one of those videos fucking comes up when I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh shit, I already know who this is.
Yeah, man.
Cause I didn't know who it was when I was scrolling through TikTok one day. I'm like, who's this dude? And then I'm reading, I'm like, oh, Street must have reposted this. I'm like, nah, that's Street. I'm like, that ain't Street. Wait, what? I'm like, this is, and it was just cool seeing you do other things. Like I said, like interacting with your fans, showing them that you're not just a rapper or a singer. You could be funny. You could drop some jewels, some, you know, like a good, you know, some inspiration for the day, a good quote for the day or something like that.
No doubt.
Which I see you doing that all the time. And that, it's big because, like I said, a lot of people, especially like people from your era, don't understand it.
True.
They just think they can just go in the studio and pass a CD out to the homies
Right.
on the block.
Right. Well, it's like, you know, this day and age, you have to learn to adapt. So, you know, if you don't learn to adapt, you'll stay behind, you know? So
Yeah.
I learned to move with the times, basically, you know what I'm saying? Even with hip hop.
Yeah.
You just kind of navigate your way through the times. And if you stop, you could get stuck in time.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like if I stop, I'll be stuck in time. So in order for me to just keep moving forward, I just keep doing stuff and, you know, try to reinvent myself in any way that I can. And, you know, that's how we keep going up.
That's powerful, man. Like, because that's why you have the following and the views that you have, is because you've changed with the times. You're not, and that doesn't work for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine Gorilla Zoe in this era.
Right.
Era. But you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine Gorilla Zoe in this era because Gorilla Zoe was always on the same thing. Well, he was dope, don't get me wrong. When Gorilla Zoe came out, the world stopped for a little minute. You know what I mean? He was killing shit. But like, when you take an artist like that to what you're doing on a pedestal, you know, it's not even close because you can adapt to other things in the industry instead of just be that one person. And some people can be the same person forever and it works out for them.
Right.
Like, look at Jay-Z. Look at fucking Kanye West and them. They've done the same shit since they've came out and it's worked for them.
True.
You know? But
Indeed.
a lot of people also, started off doing this, tried to switch it up. Like, I don't like the new whatever. You know what I mean? Like, for that person. So it's dope that you've just evolved with the times, man. That's why I said it was so powerful, because a lot of people can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, you know, that's those people that just don't want to move forward, man. You know, people are afraid to change. You know, so a lot of people will be resistant to try to even do something new.
Yeah.
But me, bro, if you get my age and you're not constantly learning new things, then you're gonna be
stuck where you're at.
Excuse me for lack of words, but you're gonna be dumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody
You're
else
gonna be
is
stuck.
just constantly moving forward.
Yeah.
It's just like when somebody dies, bro. You carry their memory with you.
Yeah.
But you can't carry everything that was them with you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
carry their memory in your heart. But if you stay in that moment, you're gonna be stuck in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to move forward and keep going, man, because that's the only way to survive, man. Is keep moving forward.
It's true, man. Like, everything that you're saying right now is like gems. Like, I want to just keep, like, I want to keep asking you stuff, but I'm like indulging the gems that you're giving me too. And I'm like, you know, like, it's giving me a perception of my own life. You know what I'm saying? So
No.
I appreciate it, bro. Like I said, like, I appreciate you coming through and hanging out with us and shit out here today. It's great.
Absolutely, man. It's an honor, man. It's an honor.
We
Love being here.
We about to be doing this shit a lot. And hey, Bogart, I got something to tell you real quick.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't gonna do this
Yeah.
in the episode, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna right now. I'm gonna make, if Street is cool with this or whatever, I want Street to come through and hang out with us more often and be like a co-host on here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. Awesome.
I just wanted to let people know too on here, like, you see him in this interview, but you're gonna see him quite a bit. I mean, if anyone around here is just sit down and talk hip hop with us, this guy right here. So I feel it's only right, and we're family anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Our fucking history goes way back, you know?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I just want to get Bogart in here. I feel like he's falling asleep over there. Like,
No.
what is
I
all this rap stuff they're talking about over here?
Nah, Bogart.
No,
Bogart's
Bogart.
over there doing that job, man.
No,
He's on the boards. He's on the boards.
No, I ate some gas station food, and now it's like, you know, the
Turmoil.
turmoil.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, but no, it'd be cool, Street, if you came on with us. That'd be awesome, man.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I appreciate the offer, man.
Hey.
I'll definitely come through.
Hey, if we need to take a break and you got to dip out for a second, we can do that. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, you want
let's
to take
do
a
it.
break? All right, so we'll be right back. We're gonna roll some Street the Villain clips right quick. And yeah, man, subscribe if you're not subscribed right now, and check out some of these Street clips.
Why you so jealous when you see me ride by? I'm with my fellas in the zone getting high. We make it hot and I ain't telling no lie. We smoking that apple pie. Why you so jealous when you see me ride by? I'm with my fellas in the zone getting high. We make it hot and I ain't telling no lie. We smoking that apple pie. I like that hood shit mixed with some of that good shit. Some of that shit that they came right out the woods with. I like it bright green, light green, crystallized. It got a slight gleam every time it hit the eyes. They call it Mary Jane, I call it apple pie. It make your eyes apple red, nigga, that's why. It's nothing like the chocolate on some dark shit. Tastes like apple pie, it's some New York shit. And we don't roll it up neither, this is not that cheaper. This ain't seeds and stems, this is not that reaper. This is not creeper, it's sorta like a cheetah. It hit the blood blood fast. It's sorta like a needle. They call me hippie thug every time I hit the bud. You gotta have the cash for it, it's a different drug. It's shaped like a bud, we like to call it nug. Put it up in the air and smoke it up, yeah. Why you so jealous when you see me ride by? I'm with my fellas in the zone getting high. We make it hot and I ain't telling no lie. We smoking that apple pie. Why you so jealous when you see me ride by? I'm with my fellas in the zone getting high. We make it hot and I ain't telling no lie. We smoking that apple pie. Used to call it purple haze way back in the day. Now everybody got a craving for apple today. You smoke it out of pipe or bong, get your bake on, and it's a roller coaster ride. Try to stay on. Now everybody smoking, even your grandma, your little sister, your mama, daddy, and grandpa. I never share it all, keep a little piece for myself. I might tear you off a piece if you need me to help. I ain't prejudiced though, I smoke it all, dog. You need somebody to blaze, give me a call, dog. Let's burn a log, dog. We about to take a flight, make it the sticky icky, make sure the grade is right. Give me a slice of apple pie before I say goodnight. The flavor's right, damn, it's tasting right. That good fruit got me higher than a kite. Apple pie like a pillow is sleeping with me tonight. That's right. Why you so jealous when you see me ride by? I'm with my fellas in the zone getting high. We make it hot and I ain't telling no lie. We smoking that apple pie. Why you so jealous when you see me ride by? I'm with my fellas in the zone getting high. We make it hot and I ain't telling no lie. We smoking that apple pie. I want a slice of apple pie for dessert. Don't touch my apple pie unless you wanna get hurt. I might share a little piece, just a little piece, cause my bud ain't cheap, it ain't cheap. Apple pie before I head to the club, I take a little piece out to smoke with the thugs. Let's take a little apple pie for a ride. I'm in love with the apple for life. Okay.
Yo, welcome back to the show. Hope you enjoyed those Street the Villain clips. So let's talk about your newest album that you just released, Drunken Master. I've been listening to it. I love that shit, bro. It's cool how you kept the songs all kind of like kung fu type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's a theme because last year I dropped 5 Deadly Venoms.
Yep.
And then the sequel to 5 Deadly Venoms is actually Crippled Avengers, which we was talking about.
Yeah.
So I tried to make this one in the same vibe, going along with that, with the kung fu flicks. Actually, what I did was when I was recording these albums, I was watching these different movies that I named them after. So the process during those was just watching these different kung fu flicks and gaining the inspiration from them, and then kind of Wu-Tanging it basically. You know what I'm saying? So with the Drunken Master, I hooked up with this producer New Rudis on Instagram, and dude had a dope vibe, and he sent me a few beats. So I was like, yeah, man, let's do this. Yeah. And he mixed and mastered it all, and I just recorded it, sent him the verses and the bars, and everything was golden after that, man. I definitely like the album myself.
No, it's sweet too, man. Like, excuse me. I'm always listening to your shit anyways. And a lot of the newer stuff too is like, I always know New Street the Villain shit's gonna be dope anyways. I don't ever have that doubt in my mind. Me and CeeLo always go back to where Jadakiss says on is it Top 5 Dead or Alive, where he's like, never had a whack verse or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. And that song, I can't remember what the song is, but we're always like, that's street, because he never had a whack verse to me anyways. Like, every verse I hear, even if you're doing something that's out of your realm a little bit, you still made a good verse through what you were trying to do with the song, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, this album's like that for me, because I could tell that you made a structure to it, Like it all like correlates how it's supposed to.
Yeah,
you know? And yeah, dude, it's sick. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Spotify, search Street the Villain, and check out Drunken Master. It's a new album. One of my new personal favorites, anyways. So go check that out.
Oh yeah, and make sure if you get on Spotify, I have 2 different profiles. One with the A with the apostrophe a little further away, and one with it close to it. So make sure you follow both of those profiles on Spotify. You heard?
Yeah, don't.
What are
Make
you doing
sure you
over
follow both of them. Yeah, my bad. I was trying to get this well, because I saw that Diddy released a video. I didn't know I was going to start playing. My bad.
Yeah, man.
I was trying to full screen it. So
That's wild right there.
we had our Diddy conversation already. I'm sure everyone in the world that has a podcast or has some kind of platform has talked about Diddy at some point. But finally, we got a response from Diddy. They released a video, I think it was like Thursday or Friday. Was it Friday maybe?
Yeah, I think
Where, what's the girl's name?
Cassie.
Cassie. I was about to say Kathy, but I'm like, that's like an old lady. That's like an old lady's name. That ain't her name.
Yeah, they be messing her name up. Casey.
So Cassie, which she's a singer though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she sings. That's how they met, and
Yeah,
like
she was on the label.
Making the Band, right? Isn't that how they got together, whatever?
Yep.
So Cassie from Making the Band was with Diddy a couple years now or whatever. They've broken up since, and that's where all the shit came about. Where he's doing this to this girl, he did this. So all the hearsay they got going on about him, which could be true, could be not, but we don't know. But so they released a video Friday of him like manhandling her in the hotel.
Oh.
Like she was trying to leave, right?
Yeah.
And he ran down the hallway in a towel.
Yeah.
And you could tell she was trying to leave. She had her bags and stuff. She was leaving. And he was just throwing her around. It's all on camera.
Yeah.
It's all like from the camera, the view.
This was in a hotel?
Yeah. You guys didn't see the video that I'm talking about?
I seen a bit of it.
I didn't see the video. I haven't been really on social media this weekend.
All right. So
I seen like the snapshots on CNN and YouTube.
yeah.
Oh.
So they released the video footage, and from what they said that Diddy paid the hotel $50,000 to get that
Video?
video off of their surveillance. And so it must have been at his house on one of those hard drives or computers or something. And through the investigation they're doing, they came across this video. So this is the first video that we have so far of all the allegations that P. Diddy's had.
Yeah.
Right? So he was just beating her up. He threw her on the ground. He punched her in the face. She said she had a black eye, all sorts of shit. We'll watch the clip. But she just, like, he was just, and he's in a towel. Like, he ran down the hallway holding this towel. He gets to the end of the hallway.
Diddy.
He's fucking kicking. Like, he went ham. And I just seen this video. I don't know if it's from yesterday or today. I don't know who. Oh, Diddy posted this 5 hours ago. It's actually posted from Diddy.
Oh, so today.
His account.
Yeah, so this is actually from Diddy's account.
Oh, wow.
He put this video out today apologizing about the Cassie video.
Yeah.
This is really the first we've heard him say anything about anything.
Right. Admitting.
Yeah.
Admitting.
And for all we've known since all this has been going on, they said he's hiding on an island. They said he's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever he's done is what he's done. And you know what I mean? The people that he's done shit to, whatever. But there's no truth yet.
He's not going to admit guilt to anything else, though.
And I've already, all right, so let's watch this video of him apologizing.
Wait, should we watch the one raw video from the hotel or whatever?
First?
And then
You wanna
first,
find that one
and
first?
then find that one first.
Let's do that.
And then, because I haven't even seen the hotel video yet.
Yeah. Let's see that. Let's see that.
Yeah.
If the video is even up still.
Oh, they might have taken that down.
It should be if you go to Google.
Oh, it's right here. It's right here.
Appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
There he goes, running
The
like Forrest
video,
Gump.
captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day.
I think it's a girl.
That seemed to
That's
match
Cassie.
those seen in this video.
Okay.
This is
There
his girlfriend
no-
at the time.
According to the complaint.
Yeah, it's wild.
He was sleeping in a towel?
Or he wasn't sleeping in anything, probably. And he's
Yeah,
like, I
then-
gotta run down the hallway. Where's the fucking towels in this joint? And he
Yeah.
fucking wrapped up and ran down and fucking went Donatello on a bitch.
Right,
It's like,
right.
wow.
Yeah, you know when they got you trapped, they ain't trying to release you, bro.
So that video was released. Apparently,
Wow.
they said he paid the hotel $50,000 to remove that from the footage and to get it into his team's hands to dispose of.
Yeah.
Damn, Diddy.
But obviously, he didn't dispose the video because it was on a computer or hard drive, flash drive, whatever, on his property somewhere. And this is the first video to surface. Ooh, my bad. It's the first video to surface about any of the allegations that he's had. So now it had me double thinking because for me, I'm like, Diddy's my guy. You know what I mean? And all the shit that I've been hearing about him, I try to be like, no, it's not true. It's not true.
Take it as internet
It can't
shit.
be true. It can't be true.
Internet shit.
You know, and then seeing this video, it's just got me from like up here with Diddy, like he's the guy to like, oh man, Diddy, like
yeah.
I don't know what to say now because yeah, so the only thing that Diddy has said since all the allegations, anything, the only thing he said is he released a statement when all this first happened. He released one statement. So I've only seen him speak twice. That and this now coming up where he just apologized today. But the first statement he said, all these people saying I did this and did that are just people trying to come up on a payday.
Yeah.
You know, basically saying the safest thing you could say at that point with all, you know what I mean? Like he's basically saying the safest thing he can. But then also like, how do we know that these people really aren't looking for a payday? You know what I mean? Because it could be, I mean, Diddy's a billionaire. You know what I mean? He's got to be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
I think we
definitely
talked about that, right?
He's
Yeah.
a billionaire.
So
Yeah, he's a billionaire. Well, close to a billionaire, I think.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he's probably
passed
a
over.
billionaire though.
but it's like if you're even like someone that he knows, like you're an automatic target to be like, yeah, that guy did something to me. I want money. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been thinking the whole time. Like, man, because I was the same way with R. Kelly. I was like, my boy Kelly, man, he was my idol growing up, dude. I was singing all R. Kelly songs when I was a kid.
A lot of people were.
Yeah, and for the record, R. Kelly will smash anybody in R&B verses.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm just saying that right now for the record. You
No
can
cap.
put Chris Brown, any of those people you think will win, they're not beating my boy R. Kelly, no matter what the fuck he did. I don't even care. R. Kelly is the GOAT of R&B.
Yeah, you can't just look at what he did compared to his music.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that separate.
Yeah, that can't take away from a person's greatness. You know.
Yeah.
So let's watch this next clip of Diddy
Diddy.
apologizing today, and let's see what he's got to say. Because that clip we just watched, him beating up Cassie, that's wild.
That was super wild, bro.
That's a wild video. Let me full screen it and pause it and shit. Get it ready for.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness.
All right, pause it real quick.
I'm truly sorry.
Do you feel like he wanted to start laughing?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Like
I don't know. I think he's drunk right there.
I
think
don't
he's
know,
drunk. Well, I don't know actually. I don't know.
I didn't feel like it was genuine though. Like I feel like he could have started laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Look at his face right there, man. I don't know, man.
I don't know if that's the whole clip. I think it ends right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he put his head down like he was sad. So, what do you guys think about that reaction? Or, like, what do you guys think?
So when did
about-
this whole hotel thing happen?
I think the hotel thing was 2016, it said.
Yeah, because the video quality was pretty shitty. I thought it was even
Yeah. It said 2016.
So what? 7 years later, right?
7 years later.
7 years later.
So he could have at that time got help or whatever he said. He was at the darkest moment of his life. It's just now he got caught, so now he's going to say that to cover his ass.
Right now, didn't she previously sue him?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
And they settled out of court.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if they settled it out of court, right? So could they reopen the case and
Or is that
charge
like
them?
double jeopardy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Because she already settled out of court for her hardships.
Yeah.
right?
I forget how much money she got too. It was crazy.
It's probably a couple million.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like maybe
30
double
mil?
digits. Maybe like 12 or something, maybe. I don't know. You don't know what all these posts, where all these, these news things on Facebook leak, like information. I don't know how, but I know she got some serious money out of them. This video, so, man, I want to ride with Diddy just because he's just been one of my favorite since I was a kid, Seen him with Biggie, seen him with everybody,
I don't know, man. He's got a lot of allegations on his jacket throughout the years, though, man.
And yeah, he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah, this ain't the first time, bro.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
So,
He's done. Yeah, he's done a.
It's the first time it's been televised in front of our eyes.
That's the first clip that we've seen to be like, okay, Diddy's definitely fucked up.
Yeah.
And think about it, bro. If you seen that, just the average person, not even Diddy, if you seen somebody in a relationship like that,
Yeah.
if you just seen that pop off, you're gonna think, oh man, this must be the first time they're just having a bad time right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, bro, this has happened
Yeah.
plenty of times before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he looked pretty comfortable stomping his foot and all that kind of stuff.
And when you get the money and power, bro,
Yeah, exactly.
that money and power make you do some strange things, brother.
And that makes me think also that's not the first woman he's ever done this to.
Absolutely.
It's not like,
Absolutely,
oh, it's a
bro.
one-time thing. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
because everyone's got a story about you right now. So
Right, bro.
this is just making me like, man, my boy Diddy is
What
fucked
you do
up.
in the dark, man, will come to the light.
Yeah, he's probably going to go away for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
I mean,
but like I said, no matter what happens through all this, it doesn't ruin his music legacy.
no,
You know what I
not at
mean?
all.
He's been a
it'll
mogul.
tarnish his record sales and his relationships
Yeah.
with these companies because a lot of people already jumped the boat on him.
Yeah.
When the FBI came.
Yeah. I mean, no one's gonna drink Ciroc anymore. So
No, stop it. Everybody's still drinking Ciroc.
I think he's not.
you think? But see, like that just makes me think, right? That makes me think. Like, okay, everyone's gonna drink Ciroc still.
Let's stop buying this
People
music.
are still gonna play music produced by P. Diddy and not even know it.
Well, absolutely.
There's a lot of music that people don't know that he was behind. That's how that song came about. So people will be like, "Oh, fuck Diddy," but they're they're turning up to a song that was produced by Diddy or he's got a verse on.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what's funny? I heard "Shake Your Tail Feather" the other day, and it made me think. I'm like, yo, Diddy was wow, like he was always a good guest voice on whatever he was on.
Absolutely.
Because he was popping, he was dancing. You know what I mean? Like he had it all going for him.
Wasn't Shake Your Tail Feather, though? Wasn't that Diddy's song that Nelly was featured on?
Yeah, that's actually Diddy's song featuring Nelly and Murphy Lee.
Yeah.
I want to say,
I think so.
Saint Lunatics, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's actually Diddy's song. It's Diddy, Shake Your Tail Feather, featuring Nelly and them. So yeah, that's his song. But I heard that song the other day randomly, and I was like, I mean, Nelly murdered that shit anyways. But
Yeah.
when Diddy comes in, it's like, man, like he's all the songs that he just appears on. You're just like, wow, like he was that man. But he's going through some shit, and there's nothing we could do about it. So
Yeah, it is.
there's nothing anyone can do about it. Like you said, everyone jumped boat from him. Nope. See, it's weird, right? It's weird.
Oh, nigga, bury yourself.
It's it's weird though, right? Because when a super powerful person like this, right, we can go to like, Jeffrey Epstein and all these white guys that get in trouble for pretty much doing the same thing that Diddy's doing right here. It's like those people had people come out and talk, but it's like all of Diddy's people are like, nah, we're not talking. So that's what makes me think a lot of other people were involved in this shit
Right, bro.
and let that shit slide.
People are scared to be implicated, bro.
Yeah.
So people ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
They feel like saying nothing is better than saying we're behind Diddy. You know?
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
But
No Diddy.
because even if you say that you're supporting him in this whole thing, it makes you look like, oh, well, I don't fuck with so-and-so anymore because he's supporting Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
His son put out a diss track.
Yeah, to like 50
To
Cent
50.
and all them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the video of him, or he was like fighting his son at some like event? I think it was a football game. Like Diddy, like you're embarrassing the family. It was funny.
You sure that wasn't T.I.?
Oh, that might have been T.I. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I think it was T.I. Yeah,
it was T.I. and King.
Yeah,
Even still though, that just shows you like with all these people that have this money and power, like they act like they can do whatever they want with no
consequences.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
the money, man.
And in a way it's like sickening too, because like God forbid if I was to yell at my kid at the baseball field tomorrow at his game, I'm gonna look like a jerk. I scared a bunch of kids. There'd be 3 cops there fucking taking me away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diddy and them, or, T.I., they're probably just like, oh, whatever, it's T.I., he's dealing with a lot. He probably has a bunch of business. Like, that don't matter, man. That shit don't matter.
You can't just like start swinging on people just because, I'll get away with it.
You feel like you're above the law, though, you know?
Yeah. And in a way you are, because money is everything.
Yeah.
Especially to those people in power of choosing what happens to you.
Absolutely.
You got that money? Oh, okay, pay us that. But I just feel like there's like a repeating thing with like, R. Kelly, Diddy, Bill Cosby. It's like behind closed doors, all these people have serious money, more money than you can imagine, right? And it's like they like to make these people get to where like as famous as they could be, and then as soon as they're not in discussion anymore, they like take everything from them. And it's kind of fucked up because I see it, Street, I'm with you on this, because I see it happen with more black celebrities than I do white celebrities. It's like they take all these guys, give them everything they want, you know what I mean? Houses, cars, businesses, everything, and they're these big moguls.
Think it's the Illuminati?
That's what I was saying when I said behind closed doors. I didn't want to freak anybody out.
Nah, hey man.
But it's
2024.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, they give everybody all these things.
A hierarchy, basically.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, your time's up with us.
or they don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
Your services here are no longer needed.
Yeah, they off you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they whack you
Yeah.
just like the mafia.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Seriously. But
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
it's your character, your person, and everything. You know what I mean? You're out of there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why not? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
This is America, bro.
Yeah. And that's why
Anything's
that's why they're funny about giving these people
Certain people get the power
and
in that amount of money.
and they're like entitlement to what they worked for. Like a lot of rappers don't own their own masters. So if they wanted to whack this artist before he got control of all that, it don't matter because all of his streams now go right to those people that own his masters.
Yeah. Wasn't
So
it?
that money goes to them and not even the person. So but a person like these guys that I'm talking about, like, you know, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, these are like super household name people where it's like you can't just off someone like that. You know what I mean? Because it's too like why, how, who,
noticeable.
when. You know what I mean? It
Right.
it would make the internet and all the, you know, like the internet detectives pretty much go crazy.
Yeah.
You know, everyone, you know, deep dives.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theories.
And it would just go crazy. So so their only option is to like, let's have them have all these parties. Let's have them drug all these people. And then we'll have footage of it. And then when he wants to say, no, he didn't, we can show everybody. And then boom, boom. And I don't know.
Yeah. Didn't was it? This is a little bit off like hip hop, but didn't like Taylor Swift like re-record all her music because the studio had her master or whatever, or some record company. So she redid her whole
Catalog.
She re-recorded everything.
I do remember hearing something
I never
about
heard that.
I do remember hearing something about that.
That's wild.
Well, now
crazy.
you know what it is after a certain time, your music becomes yours again.
Yeah.
So if you're signed to a label and they got you for a few years, they actually own the rights to your music for like 30 years or something like that.
Right.
But if you re-record the material on, I don't know if it's the same music. It could be different music.
Yeah.
If you re-record it though, then it belongs to you again.
Right.
So I believe it's through something like that.
Yeah, because the record label.
So she owns it.
Yeah, so now she owns, well, not the originals, because the originals the record company owns or whatever now. But Taylor now re-recorded everything and released everything on like I think one CD or two CDs, all of her songs, like re-recorded.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because
is.
now,
That's
so
wild.
now when people buy her album, she's getting pretty much all the money.
Right,
because
100%.
100%. Now,
Which is a lot.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's why she's a billionaire.
Yeah,
so.
she's caking right now, bro.
So while we're on the subject of Taylor Swift real quick, did you guys see that the Kansas City Chiefs worked their whole entire game schedule this year around her tour?
Yeah, I wouldn't
So that
say
she
that.
could be at the games.
That's why she was there at every.
Yeah.
So the Kansas City Chiefs
Now I get
worked
it.
their whole game schedule around her tour so that she could be at the games.
Right. I knew she was with Kelsey, but I didn't understand why she was at every game.
Yeah. It's because sports have become a soap opera.
Bro, and everything's about the bag, bro.
Yeah.
Everything's about the bag.
I mean, it's a smart move, not so much for whoever's doing it, but for anybody. Like, you bring in like a star like that that's dating your star player,
And they probably paid her.
and it brings a different crowd to that arena. You know what I mean? Like, you got all these 15-year-old girls now that are, you know, like little Swifties. Now they're all Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Right.
Because she's there. She's at the game. They show her on TV. She's up there cheering. She's
Well,
laughing.
it's-
She's having a good time.
She's bringing in money.
Yeah.
Like it just
Yeah.
all to
She's
the
bringing in money to the team, to the NFL.
Yep.
Yeah, so-
Everything. So I just saw that, though. Maybe it was like yesterday. Maybe.
But now, is it a good thing though? You think?
I don't-
for the NFL. I don't think it is.
See, I'm a Chiefs fan. right?
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm a Chiefs fan. To be honest, like the whole Travis Kelce, like Taylor Swift thing, that shit doesn't even like move a cell in my body. Like whoop-de-whoop, like they're dating, cool.
Yeah, that's their business.
But now that they're doing that around her tour, it's kind of like, what is sports?
Is she
come
bigger
to?
than the NFL now? Like,
Right. Or is every team going to pick a celebrity now to be at every single game?
To endorse.
Right.
You know, like, oh, yeah, like, look who's, you know. So,
Well, you know, it's just the commercialization of everything, man. That's
like we said at the
basically
beginning of the shit, it's a digital age, man.
Yeah, bro.
Content. And Taylor Swift being one of the most popular people on the planet. I mean, the planet. That's a good move for them if they want to do that. To me, it's like, yo, let these dudes go out there and fucking play football.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Who cares who's up in the box cheering them on or who they're dating? Who gives a shit?
America does, though, Juice.
That's the thing. America does.
America does.
That's the world we live in. But even still, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor, yeah. I did not know that she wrote all of her fucking music and recorded it again, though. To get her own money. It's smart because she's got a lot of hit songs and a lot of fans, so she probably wasn't seeing 60% of that money, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know?
Old Dirty Bastard, right before he died, he was just about to receive his music rights and masters back.
That's what I mean. And there's this long thing too when you dive in about Diddy and Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we don't want to jump down that right.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Since we're talking about Diddy, that whole thing with him and Biggie, that shit is just, and then
it just brings that stuff back into the light, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where we all were like, all right, we let it go.
Yeah.
Diddy's still the guy.
Yep.
We're not gonna hold it against him that two of our favorite artists died, and it was because of beef that maybe he could have got in the middle of, and
yeah,
you know,
like he could have done things a little differently. You're saying,
absolutely.
But if that's even how it went down,
right?
It doesn't matter because we'll never know. But, shit, Street. I got a. Speaking of all the artists and stuff we're talking about, I got a couple questions to ask you. But before that, I want to ask you, like, what's in the future for Street the Villain? Like, where do you see taking your social media platforms and your music in the next, like, let's say 3 to 5 years? Like, are you gonna keep putting music out the way you're putting it out, putting videos out? Are you gonna change anything? Are you gonna find other, like, young cats to kind of, you know, bring up under you and kind of mentor like a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, what's in store for Street the Villain?
You know, nobody really knows what the future holds, bro. So I just take everything kind of day by day. But as far as the music and the videos go, there'll definitely be some changes in the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to put the stories that I'm telling in the music videos, you know, make it a little more theatrical.
Yeah.
You know, get different people to even act in the videos and things, you know.
Yeah.
Get some people to actually hold the camera for me because, you know, I do a lot of it I do all of it myself. You know, in case anybody doesn't know. I do this all myself. There's nobody recording. There's nobody cheering me on saying, yeah, go Street while I'm in the studio. There's not 10 bitches behind me. It's just me.
I think that would be kind of distracting if you had like a bunch of people like just like in the background, you know. I think it's simple. I like simplify. Like just like, you know, I mean, if it was just a bunch of people in the background, what's the point of the video? You gotta look at yourself. You know, you want the attention to you. So.
Right. Because, you know, you want to lock in.
Yeah.
So that's the way I lock in. I don't have there's nothing distracting me. I make sure I let my dogs out. My dogs get fed, and the guinea pig gets his food, and he gets make sure they're waterized and all that. You know what I'm saying? I just made that up. Waterized.
Waterized. There you go.
So the pets get taken care of, and then I get to the job.
Yeah. I was just like thinking, man, because like I know like you've always taken this shit to the next level, pretty much as far as you can, doing everything on your own. You know what I mean? So that's why I was just wondering, like, what the next journey is for Street the Villain with the music and the videos.
Potting with my fellas, you know what I'm saying?
Podcast, fucking.
Podcasting.
And, dude, if you ever need, some actors for, like, a music video, Bogart said he'd do it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No doubt. We set Bogart up in the office or something. We do a little office setup in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bogart would be like a boss or something. He'd be yelling at me.
Yeah.
Have to do a song about work.
Yeah.
Have Bogart just going crazy.
See, Bogart, we got some jobs lined up for you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bogart, you look like you skate. You skateboard?
I don't skateboard. I used to be like back in, I don't know, when I was 13, I freestyle ski, like doing flips and rails.
He was nasty.
Really?
Yeah.
He was nasty.
Did that for a while and then like kind of stopped doing it and then, got into podcasting. So
Nice, man.
Which you've been podcasting since what, 2009?
yeah, so my first podcast was 2009. I did
Ahead
it
of
with
the game.
Yeah, it was like I bought an iPod Touch.
2009? I don't
Yeah.
even think I've seen a podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
Even heard of one.
yeah, so it was just like very beginning stages of podcasting. And because I was going to like a community college, and and I bought an iPod Touch with my student loan, blowing it all away. And I bought an iPod Touch, and it said podcast. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is. So I clicked on it, and then have you ever heard of the actor Kevin Smith? He did like Clerks and yeah. So he had a network of podcasts called Smodcast, and I followed them for a while, and and I just kind of fell in love with it.
That's dope.
So
Yeah, because you got a natural knack for it.
yeah, I mean,
Juice does too, though.
yeah,
He showed me some clips of him skiing though. Don't let him tell you. Yeah, I used
I'd
to
like to
ski
see
a little
that,
bit.
man.
Nah, he's
We'll
got
have to
some.
see those.
He's got
Yeah.
some shit. He was always the editor too, because him and his boys made like videos, like ski videos, and he was always the guy putting them together and all that shit. So he's always been the engineer where he's at.
Yeah,
and we're glad to have you here, Bogart.
Yeah,
you're the
thanks.
man. You're the man, dog.
But the first half of the show, I was out of commission. Like it was
you're
just
good,
goggling. It was just like oh my god.
Hey,
like,
man, that gas station food will do that to you, man.
I didn't even think about it. I was like, whatever. I didn't have lunch, so I walked down to the gas station, and I was thinking to myself, maybe I shouldn't eat this.
Yeah,
It's just
see?
gas station food. It's like
first-
it's
that
so
first
tempting,
thought.
But it's all that's
and,
around.
It's you eat. You don't think about the consequences when you eat it. It's just
No,
like it's just
it's nourishment.
yeah. It's like, well, you're hungry. Oh, gas station is right there.
It's like a
And,
steak right then and there.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yep.
yeah, dude.
yeah. It's like those commercials like you see like Burger King, and it's like
Yeah.
a nice juicy
It's like the
burger.
most perfect burger you ever seen in your
But
life.
when you get one in real life, it's like just like a dried up raisin piece of shit.
Yeah, it's got mayonnaise all over the wrapper.
Looks nothing.
like that.
Yeah.
And you're on the go, so you're like, well, I'm eating this shit. Here we go.
Yeah. But I caught a second wing, so now I'm back.
I see. My boy's back he's back in commission.
Yeah.
So we're about to air in some of his videos, Bogart. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Dope. No, I mean like me and you are about to star in some of his videos.
Oh. yeah. I thought.
Look, see, he's ready to go.
He's ready.
Yeah,
he's ready
I
to
thought
engineer. He's not even thinking about like.
I thought you wanted me to
Wait.
pause it and play more clips.
Nah, for once, you're not gonna be the guy behind the boards. You're gonna be the guy in the frames doing acting, and you're gonna like tape us up and like rob us and shit.
Yeah, I guess I'm a dorky white boy. Like,
Hey, the possibilities are
dope
endless.
ideas we can come up with.
The
man.
possibilities are endless, man.
Whatever dope ideas we can come up with.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, but yeah,
Just to make it more theatrical, man.
Yeah. Sure.
I love this shit, man. By the way, this shit is just so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man.
just
I'm happy
sitting
to
down
be
here,
here, bro.
kicking back with you guys, man. Yeah. You know, so
cap.
all right, I'm gonna ask you some questions right now before we sign off of here,
All right.
and before we get to you.
Oh, hold up. Let me say one more thing. I do have an album out right now, Triangle Offense, with CJ Watson and Trauma Beats. So make sure y'all go check that out on Spotify.
Get that. Go check for that.
Back to you, Juice.
What's it called? Triangle Offense?
Yep, Triangle Offense.
Triangle Offense. You heard him. Go search that up too, or Street the Villain.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a couple of questions for you. Some of them are like stereotypical, but the conversation starters too.
Talk to me.
So my first question for you is Pac or Biggie?
Both.
Both?
I love both of them, man. All right, so Biggie tells my New York story for me, right? Mm-hmm. And although Tupac is from New York, he also tells my story
Right.
because he's from New York.
Yeah.
And he went to Cali and he did the Cali thing.
That's sick.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
think about that. Yeah.
So to me, they're parallel to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Because Biggie tells one side of my story, Tupac tells the other side of my story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think the whole West Coast, East Coast I think it's just a bunch of bullshit.
it's media propaganda.
Yeah, it's like the media, MTV. That's what really did it.
In the Source magazine, it was the Source or the Vibe magazine, one of those two publications, but they helped by creating this East-West narrative.
Yeah. But it's like the MTV Movie Awards. Did you see it? Like when they had both East Coast and West Coast people. Like
You talk about what Suge got up there?
yeah, and like it was mayhem. They backstage they almost killed each
Your
other.
producer all up in the videos.
Yeah,
Dancing.
Come to death row.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think it was all, you know.
Biggie and Pac were special, man. And I don't think there's many people that can relate to those two people the way you just did. How Pac was New York, moved to LA. Biggie had the New York story for you. That's actually like super, like, kind of like, it's like some like freaky shit, like how that worked out. You know what
Absolutely,
I mean?
man.
I didn't even think about like when I asked you that, like, because I never really looked at it like that. But when you put it in perspective, that's crazy. So, all right, got Pac and Biggie, both of them. What about Jay-Z or Eminem?
That's a tough one.
Jay-Z or Eminem?
Jay-Z or Eminem.
Hove or Shady?
Tell you something funny. I don't really listen to Jay-Z like I used to. So I would have to say Eminem, right? Because I listen to M currently.
Mm-hmm.
So not to say that Jay's not super great, because Jay's super great.
Mm-hmm.
Like they both are.
Yeah.
But as far as what I listen to currently, I don't listen to Jay-Z. Right?
Yeah.
I would listen to Eminem.
Yeah.
So
That's always a tough one for like that era of time, because especially when like Renegade came out, people went back and forth. It's still a debate today. Who had the better verse? Who outshined who? Or whatever. And back then, that's what they were trying to do.
Didn't Jay have 2 verses on that?
Yeah, he did have 2 verses.
Did him and them go back and forth on one?
The third verse, they went back and forth, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say Jay had one more verse than him on that.
I think they went back and forth. You know what? I haven't listened to that song in a minute, but now that you say that, I'm pretty sure they went back and forth. If they didn't, then Jay-Z ripped the end of it.
I just know that when them got on there, the whole entire aura of the song changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And for that time of that song too, like that was huge because that's what people wanted to see forever. You know? Eminem and Jay-Z were going back and forth all the time at that time. Who had the hottest song out? It was either Eminem or Jay-Z.
absolutely.
So when they did that Renegade joint, that was
Yo, that was
crazy.
epic, bro.
like for hip hop heads, man, that was like one of the craziest things that happened. Because obviously, I'm an Eminem fan. Not just saying that because I'm a white kid that raps, but Eminem is fucking talented, man. You can't ever take that from Eminem.
Nah.
And yet he's in. And at that time, there wasn't many white rappers. He kind of made the walkway, you know, for that.
No doubt.
To be like accepted in the hip hop community. But even like I listened to so much Jay-Z when I was younger too.
Right.
You know what I mean, you see my tapes. I listened to shit that nobody would ever think of.
Yeah, you was listening to the hood shit.
I got, you know what I mean? Capone and Noriega was
Lots
like
and
one of my favorite.
D-Block.
Yeah, all that. So it's like, yeah,
Rousing
man.
them.
But you can't take away like what Eminem's done for the whole culture because without him, there wouldn't be no Jack Harlow's. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be no Logics. There wouldn't be no MGKs, no Yellow Wolves. You know what I'm saying?
No
Because
doubt.
and
He paved the way for them.
when you look at those artists, those are some fucking pretty top-notch selling artists right there too. So
No doubt.
it's like they both had their own thing going on. Jay-Z had the whole entire label going. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah, that's always a tough one for me too. But I wanted to see what you wanted to say. And you saying Eminem kind of surprised me. Not gonna lie. I was like, oh yeah, he's probably like gonna go with Jay-Z just because of Jay-Z's a pioneer, bro.
I fuck with Jay, but
His freestyles back in the day with Big L and all that shit.
Yeah,
that's where you first were like, yo, this dude is gonna be somebody.
I fuck with Jay. And
Yeah.
both of their styles both evolved over time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's what I love about both of them though, you know?
Yeah.
Both of their styles evolved over time.
So this one's a little different, right? When I was thinking about this one, I kind of was thinking of hip hop head, right? Because if I say Lil Wayne and anybody, usually they say Lil Wayne and Drake, right? Which that don't make sense to me because they're not even from the same era.
Right.
Maybe because they're both two of the most popular artists nowadays, it just makes sense to put them in there. But the one I made up was Lil Wayne or Ludacris. Prime Ludacris, prime Wayne. Who you taking?
I gotta go with Weezy.
Weezy?
I guess you can put Weezy against anybody.
That's true. But
This is gonna be Weezy.
so I felt like though when I made that question, the Ludacris part.
I love Ludacris. Bro.
Me too. One of my favorites.
Don't get me wrong.
One of my favorites.
I love Luda, bro.
He's one of those dudes though that I could put up there with Lil Wayne, punchline wise,
Bro,
bar
Southern
wise,
hospitality was crazy.
song
bro.
wise, word of mouth.
What's that? The joint with Nicki Minaj, bro. My Bitch Bad.
Oh yeah.
Luda's got so many tracks. That
Roll-
Runaway Girl,
Roll out.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Come on, I mean,
Welcome to Atlanta.
right, bro. So
Blueberry Yum Yum.
So now, did you see the verses with Luda and Nelly?
I didn't see the verses for that.
Oh, bro, Luda
Who won?
crushed Nelly.
Really?
Oh my God,
That's fun. That's actually
Bro,
pretty.
he
that's
pummeled
actually
him.
that's actually crazy because Nelly was like the first rapper in like the mainstream. Because when I was listening to rap back then, you didn't see the guys I was listening to in the mainstream. You know what I mean? But I love Nelly, dude.
Yeah, it was live on Instagram. It was
Oh, shit.
It was a dope battle, but
Yeah.
Nelly. Luda was like ready, bro. He had the afro picked out.
Oh,
he
shit.
had the pick in the
pick
back
in
of
it.
it.
Oh, he was-
like, yeah, bro. And
Just
like
him showing up like that, he won.
He been working out. You could tell, bro.
Just him showing up
You know
like
what
that,
I'm
he
saying?
won.
He was ready, bro. He was ready. He was like ready to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when he hit play, he just knew like people were gonna go crazy. It was live on Instagram.
That's
too.
a versus I missed.
Like a big. It wasn't big.
I was
yet.
gonna say because I didn't even. I
This
think
might
I
have
missed
been
that one.
The first verses.
Really?
Yeah, that might have been the first verses.
That might have. Yeah, that because I don't remember seeing that one.
That might
to
have
be
been
honest.
the first verses. That's when it was
shit.
on the gram, bro.
Yeah. So the reason why like I put Ludacris in that category with Wheezy is because like
Yeah, that was a good one.
because you gotta think about it, bar wise, song wise, witty wise. You know, they're both artists that sneak those, you know, punchlines in there, but they deliver them different.
Yeah, Wayne.
They don't- Wayne's got bars, but he doesn't emphasize them. Like he doesn't say them in a certain way where you like had to understand it.
Right.
He'll say it just nonchalantly, cool, and then you go back and you're like, wait, what?
Have you seen?
How do you say that so calmly?
Have you seen? There's a guy on YouTube. I think it's KD Animation. If I could be wrong, but he animates when like all the rappers go crazy.
Yeah.
So he animated when Wayne went crazy on that Benny song.
Yeah.
And bro, like the way he does these you gotta check it out sometime. But the way he does these animations, like Weezy will be like, or like whoever it is will be in the booth, right? And like they just about to go into the zone, and then as soon as they go in the zone, they like catch fire.
Yeah.
And like their hands are on fire and their hair is on fire and they're rapping. Yo, it's so dope.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's so dope. They did the battle that was going on or whatever, but they did when Kendrick did his verse and then when J. Cole did it. Oh man, it's so awesome. You gotta check that out on YouTube.
Not to go off topic, but what's your outlook on the J. Cole and Kendrick? Well, actually, it turned into Drake and Kendrick. Now, who do you think's winning that right now, Kendrick or Drake?
I think it's over.
It's over?
I think Kendrick won and
Kendrick
Drake
laid him with
bowed
the
out.
last one.
I believe Drake sold his house his house in America and moved back to Canada, bro.
Yeah, there's like some funny shit coming out now, right?
Yeah.
About all that. Yeah.
Man.
He'll be the next one we see a bunch of fucking strange
Did you
shit
see
going on with.
the allegations about DJ Academics?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy, bro. I didn't really see too much about it, but I was like, oh man.
Yeah, no, I saw it when I was scrolling and I was just like, man, what is going on with this shit? But
People keep getting caught up, man. Don't do no dirt, man. They will uncover the dirt.
yeah,
Don't do it.
you know,
I talk about it because I did it,
right,
but I don't do it.
right. That's not your life
did it.
anymore. You did it. You're not doing it anymore. Which that's what hip hop is. It's telling stories.
Yeah, man. You're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to tell your story. People will complain about it being a glorification of the streets or the street life or whatever.
Yep.
It's not. It's my story.
Yep.
I'm allowed to tell it because it's mine.
Right.
It's just like when people write a book.
Right.
If they write a book if I wrote a book about this, you wouldn't say shit.
Right.
But if I'm vocalizing it to you, then it's offensive.
Yeah.
Bro, it wasn't offensive when I was growing up. You know? Why is it offensive now?
It's
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that. Like
it's a
you
different
can't change the game. Bro.
it's like a different degree of like calibration of people's brains. They just automatically think everything is targeting them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The game
And it's just it's dumb.
the game didn't change though, the players changed.
That's a fact. The game's still gonna be the game, you know?
But all right, let's go.
All right, so
What you got next for me?
what do you got? NBA or NFL?
NFL.
NFL?
And don't crucify me, NBA. because I do love basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball is a sport I played. Mm-hmm. I've also played football though, but
What's
NFL.
what's your favorite football team?
St. Louis Rams.
St. Louis Rams. All right, that's different. I knew that, but I wanted them to hear for the record. But yeah, there's not many St. Louis Rams fans in this area.
And it could be LA.
My cousin
now.
is actually.
Are they the LA Rams again?
Yeah.
Or are they the Las Vegas Rams? Are they the Las Vegas Rams?
No, I don't think so. I think
Las Vegas is Raiders.
Las Vegas
Raiders.
Raiders.
Raiders
Yeah,
or Las
the Raiders.
Vegas. Yeah, it's LA Rams.
Is
Yeah.
LA
LA
back to
Rams.
LA?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
go back and forth, man.
Yeah.
So
My cousin's a big Rams fan too. He's actually got a Ram. He got the shit tattooed on his shoulder and shit.
yeah, Rams was my guys, man. Especially in the Marshall Faulk,
Oh yeah, Marshall Falk,
Warner, Kurt
Isaac
Warner,
Bruce.
Kurt Warner, Bruce,
Torrey Holt.
Holt, bro.
That-
we was the
Yo,
squad, bro.
on NFL Game Day 2001, when Falk was on the cover, that game, dude,
Bro, we was the squad.
that was the cheat code to just be the
Madden,
Rams.
We was
Yeah,
the squad.
that
bro.
was the cheat code to that whole game, is just pick the Rams, and you will get I don't know. Falk was a cheat code anyway. You can run all the way
Bro,
with him for a
yeah,
touchdown.
that's all you
or
had to
fucking
do.
Holt and
That's all you had
Bruce,
to do.
if they caught the ball,
Pitch it to Faulk, bro.
they're gone.
Pitch it to Faulk.
They're gone. So speaking of that, since you picked NFL over NBA, we're gonna get to an NBA question. Kobe or Jordan? I know I'm fucking you up right now. My bad.
Man,
My bad.
talking about the guys.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like the computer thinking.
yeah.
Me and my boy, me and this, well, not my boy, me and this guy that I had met while I was out walking one day, got into this NBA conversation, and he said the same thing. And it's basically like the Biggie thing and Tupac thing. I love both of them the same. They both brought something different to the game.
Yeah.
Even though Kobe would have told you himself that he patterned himself after Mike.
Yep.
So
They said, yeah, he's been saying that since the beginning.
it's just greatness following greatness, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And just because he took that course, that same course,
Yep.
he achieved that same greatness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I couldn't put one up over the other one. Pause.
The only reason why I say Kobe is because he's not here anymore. You know what I mean?
Mamba gonna live forever.
See, I didn't get to grow up in the Michael Jordan era. It was when I grew up, Michael Jordan, he was on the Wizards. You know what I mean? So I didn't get to I watched Michael Jordan through clips. You know what I mean? So for me, I know Jordan was that dude. My dad, everyone will tell me that when I was younger, but I watched him through clips and highlights. You know what I mean?
Right,
I didn't
right,
actually
right.
get to see him
Right.
in game
In
6.
game, right,
And you know
right.
what I mean? Like,
Playing the entire
right.
game.
I grew up watching Kobe, and I'd never seen a person on a live sporting event do what he did.
Right.
And just because he's gone, that's the only reason why I say Kobe over Jordan, because he's not alive anymore. So I feel like it's more of like a tribute thing to me.
Was Kobe retired?
Yeah. Yeah, he was retired. But still, like, he's gone to me. So it's like I can't even.
Yeah, he didn't even get the chance to come back,
Yeah. Can you imagine if Kobe came back?
bro.
Yo, the Lakers needed him this year.
I was hoping he was.
Lakers
gonna.
needed him.
I was hoping he was going to, man. For real.
We got to get the zombie causer. You know, have
Yeah.
zombie Kobe.
Yo,
No.
man, he was special. But no, I was just because I always see you in Jordans, and I know you're a Lakers fan, so that's kind of where
Right.
that's where I got pulled that from. I'm like, man,
got on the Jays right now.
this dude's always got the freshest J's on, but he's also wearing them with a shitload of Lakers stuff. So that's why I asked that question. I felt like it would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a big comedian guy. I love stand-up comedy. It's always been like one of my things forever. Since my dad was watching, Eddie Murphy and them back in the day, and, George Carlin. I'll be in the living room with them, and And I'm listening to these guys talk. I'm like 7, 8 years old. I'm like, damn, I don't even know what that means.
But these dudes are funny as
But
hell.
these dudes were going in. So I got a comedian question for you. Bernie Mac or Richard Pryor?
See, now I had to say Mac because I watched more of Mac, just like you said with Jordan.
Yeah.
But I did go back and watch some of Richard Pryor's shows.
Yeah.
And he was super funny, bro. Like
he was that guy,
like
man.
he said some outlandish shit, man. Like stuff you just, I mean, but in that time, you could say that.
You could say things like that.
Because anything was
and not
allowed.
get canceled.
Yeah, anything was allowed. You weren't getting canceled. There was no cancellation.
There's no cancel culture.
You couldn't cancel Richard Pryor.
No,
because he was that guy back then, man. Like, yeah, but Bernie Mac for sure.
All right. So I was just curious, man, because I'm a big stand-up guy. Like I love stand-up comedy. This next one's gonna fuck you up too, but NWA or Wu-Tang?
Ooh, here you go, man.
I don't want to hear a both answer for this though.
Not a both for this one?
Nope.
All right.
Not for this one.
If I had to pick one, it would be Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang?
It would be Wu-Tang. Though I heard NWA first.
Yeah.
I would pick the Wu. It's Wu for life, baby.
All right, since we're on the topic of groups, how about Dipset or Locks?
For me, it would be the Locks.
Locks?
Yes, definitely the Locks. Though I love Dipset as well. So salute to the.
They're both two great New York City groups.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They're both. When you think of New York City, you can't leave those two groups out, especially because the team members in those groups that made hip hop what it is.
Right.
You know?
And Locks is an actual group.
Yeah.
The Dips are individuals.
Yeah.
Inside of a conglomerate.
Yeah, I agree. What about Air Max or Dunks?
Air Max.
Air Max?
Air Max.
Like them 98 Air Max?
Yeah, the 90s.
Or the 96 Air Maxes?
I like the 90s.
Them shits are fire.
With the bubble.
My last one I got for you is sativa or indica when you're smoking.
Indica at night, sativa during the day.
Sativa's got that get you going high, and sativa or indica's got that slow you down.
Yeah, that
chill you
sativa
out.
get me thinking, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
When you're in the booth, you're on sativa.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Whenever I'm in record mode,
it makes sense. All right. Well, man, Street, it's great fucking hanging out with you, man. I'm glad you came down on here.
No doubt.
You want to promote anything on here before we get going? Social medias, whatever.
You could follow me on Instagram at thevillan315. You can follow me on Facebook, same thing, at thevillan315. Twitter at streetthevillan. You can follow me on Spotify. Remember, there's two profiles. Street the Villan, same name, just the apostrophe over to the side. Last but not least, always consecutively dropping new music. You'll see more of me here on the podcast. Follow me on all my social medias. Follow me on YouTube, Street the Villan. Other than that, it's beautiful being here, man. I appreciate you fellas having me.
No doubt,
Yeah,
man. No doubt, man. It's an honor to have you come down, to be honest.
No doubt.
All right. Well, Bogart,
Yo,
you know what I'm about to do?
what are you about to do?
I'm about to sign off, brother.
All right.
All right, man. You know the slogan, some way, somehow, someday. Merch link in description. Follow Justin Nominee TV. Subscribe, like, comment. Don't forget all 3 of those. Hit the notification bells, you know, when we upload. Actually, one of my boys was like, yo, I hit the bell and I saw when you uploaded. I was like, yeah, well, tell a friend and tell a friend. So
Tell a friend.
hit the notification bell, all that. Subscribe. We're out of here, man. Justin Nominee TV, Street the Villan. Peace.
Yeah, bro.
Justin Nominee TV. Justin Nominee TV. Justin Nominee TV.
This has been a Beer Pirate Radio production.